Before we get started with today's video, I want to say one thing and one thing only. There are a lot of people watching these videos that are not subscribed. What are you doing? You don't have to turn notifications on if you don't want to be spammed with notifications, but at least let me know that you're there. If you're not going to sub, at least like and comment. I mean, give me a little bit of something there, all right? Just a little bit of something, all right? Let's talk about some underrated electric types. I think for sure there's going to be some interesting ones because this is one of my overall favorite Pokemon typings. So let's see how this goes. And for Generation 1, I want it to be Electrode, but I'm not going to go with Electrode because I'm pretty sure I selected him as the best. I'm going to go with Raichu. Every single person knows who grew up with Pokemon how ridiculously difficult Raichu was to kill on Lieutenant Surge's team. You just couldn't kill the thing. It didn't matter what you did, you couldn't do it. You tried and tried and tried. It was just too strong. Raichu is a very good Pokemon, and a lot of people, because they like the show so much, stick with Pikachu and don't evolve it to a Raichu. You also, I don't believe, get a Thunderstone until later in the game, I think till like the 4th gym, so you just kind of, you don't get one for a while, but Raichu does a lot of really good things for you and is definitely incredibly underrated. Gen 2. So here's an interesting situation. I said I didn't want to pick repeats, but I literally don't have a choice. Ampharos is the best. Legendaries don't count, and I'm not picking Elekid or Pichu. Makes no sense. So it's Lantern, guys. It's Lantern. Just recently, I had a Radical Red run, and I say recently as if it wasn't like a month ago for the people watching this video. But anyway, it was recent for the person recording this because I like to just bulk these and schedule them, and then kind of go from there. This Lantern here is bulkier than you think it is. Like, the thing with Lantern is that it can take hits that you don't think it can take. And on top of that, what it also does for you is gets really balanced moves in its moveset. Like, I generally think this does a lot of really good stuff for you, both offensively and defensively, even if its offensive power is limited. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go with Plusle. Here's why I'm going with Plusle. Minun is more defensive. Plusle is more offensive. Both of these Pokemon are trash. They are trash. They only work when in double battles with each other, but even then they're not strong enough. But regardless of that mindset, you can still do something with Plusle because of its attack stat. It gets Encore. It gets all of the good electric moves. You can do something with that. But Minun, you can't do anything. And again, Manectric obviously would be the best one, but this is not a best list. This is most underrated, so you can't select the best. You can't select the best. You have to select the most underrated. Gen 4. This is quite obviously Pachirisu. A lot of people actually told me when I said some terrible things about Pachirisu, a lot of people informed me in the comments that when Gen 4 was out, Pachirisu was one of the best competitive Pokemon in the game. So I researched, and I saw what this thing could do. And while it's not the best, it's pretty impressive. For Gen 5, I think the obvious answer here, when you look at everything available, has got to be Zebstrika. Like, when you really look at everything that's available, this is a perfect example of a time when physical electric types finally became relevant, and Zebstrika did that for you. 100%. Generation 6. Okay, so obviously we have Heliolisk, we have Dedenne, and we have a bunch of variants, which I'm not counting as part of this list. They're going to be part of the gimmick form list. Meaning, I guess it's Dedenne, because I feel like Heliolisk is a better Pokemon, and Dedenne is at least a Nuzzle user, and it's part Fairy. So, do what you want with it. There's nothing else you can do about it. Gen 7, though. This is Alolan Golem. The fact that they took a Golem, they said, we will give you Beard. Now you are electric type. And everybody's like, okay, no problem. And no one at Game Freak was like, okay, maybe we shouldn't do that. No, we should do that. Alolan Golem. Electric type. Electric. honestly can't even complain because it's a rock electric, which was the first of its kind and was really, really cool. And while this thing is incredibly slow, it's really strong offensively and has 2 really good offensive types. I can't complain. Alolan Golem. Generation 8. It's Bolund. While Bolund is, from a design standpoint, nightmare fuel, it is a really fun Pokemon to use. And it's incredibly fast. I've got no complaints about what Bolund can do for you. And Generation 9, looking. It's Bellybolt. Bellybolt is a bulky electric type. It makes 0 sense that this thing isn't part water, but who cares? It is a bulky electric type. There's not a lot of those out there. This is one of them. And I'm a big fan of overall defensive Pokemon. I think they can do a lot of great things for you. The most underrated electric type ever made, though, in my personal opinion, is Alolan Golem. I mean, when you really think about it, nobody saw this Pokemon even coming. And then it did. And that's that. So that's your list. As you can see, the most underrated electric types are scrolling through your screen as we speak. Look at all of them in their glory. And the best is on the bottom. We're going to talk about some ice types in the next video, so be ready for that. And make sure you subscribe. Let me know that you're actually watching these videos. I'd really appreciate it. You guys have a great day.